Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is a really special day. Here we are in this beautiful hotel, 27 floors above Mumbai. Brings back a flood of memories. A couple of times we got bumped off of flights and stayed here. One time my mom got quarantined because her yellow fever card was not valid. We stayed here. So it's great to be back in this illustrious and storied hotel. And I wanted to just thank and recognize the President of the United States Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO, Suzanne Clark. This is her first visit to India in her current position as President and CEO of the world's largest business advocacy organization. Suzanne, we're privileged to have you here. You are joining to help us inaugurate our 50th anniversary. Coming all this way demonstrates your commitment to this relationship, not only to the Chamber's robust commitment to the U.S. India relationship, but your commitment to USIBC. We thank you sincerely, and thank you very much for coming. Friends, we're inaugurating our Golden Jubilee 50th anniversary today. This is the first big event of a series of events across the year. 50 years ago, in 1975, both of our governments, the United States and India, embarked upon an idea to better integrate and weld together the economies and private sectors of the world's oldest democracy and the world's largest democracy. In the half-century since, I am very pleased to report to you that our bilateral relationship has completely transformed into one of the most critical partnerships in the world, spanning aerospace, defense, energy, financial services, technology, supply chains, life sciences, pharmaceuticals, and so much else. Despite almost complete change in every facet of the U.S.-India relationship over the past 50 years, one thing has remained completely constant. That has been USIBC's role as the connective tissue and the meeting point of ideas for constructive engagement between Washington and New Delhi and between our respective business communities and the people of both of our countries. As the largest single-country bilateral program administered by the Chamber and featuring a dedicated staff of experts in both the United States and India, holding a combined, we estimate, 200 years of public affairs and government experience in both nations, USIBC represents one of the preeminent and trusted industry advocacy bodies in this relationship, and I'm very proud and privileged and honored to lead the organization working under Suzanne's guidance. I particularly want to thank everybody who is joining our summit today, including our President and CEO of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne Clark. We also have, appearing very soon, the Honorable Chief Minister of this great state of Maharastra, the Honorable Devendra Fadnavis. We have the Honorable Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Sanjay Jaju, the United States Consul General, Mike Hankey, and other distinguished guests. We welcome them all, and we're grateful that they have come. Included in this room are our very respected and honored USIBC board members, including Kami Vishwanathan of FedEx, Sandhya Devanathan of Meta, Ralph Voltmer of Covington, Raja Navani of Jet Synthesis, and Arun Ramchandani of L&T Defense. Thank you all for coming. They are among our 50 respected board directors who help guide the organization. I would also like to take a minute to thank sincerely our 13 sponsoring companies whose support has made today possible, but is also making possible all 8 of the Golden Jubilee events that are happening this year. Our platinum sponsors are NASDAQ and TransUnion. Our gold level sponsors are Amway, Covington, FedEx, HCL Tech, Infosys, Resolink, and Walmart. Our silver sponsor is Adani. Our support, very important support, is from ICICI, Intuitive, and Standard Chartered. I also want to recognize the USIBC team who are in the room. There are too many to mention, but I want to thank Rahul Sharma, our managing director here in India, for his incredible leadership of a great team in India that is helping put all of this together. Friends, we're meeting here in Mumbai today, but we're about to have our next special summit for the Golden Jubilee in New York on April 30th. We'll be going to Bangalore, we'll be going to Los Angeles, San Francisco, New Delhi, and Dallas, and we'll end up with a gala dinner for our 50th anniversary in Washington, D.C. on November 14. I hope we'll see all of you at all of these various events. We wanted to ensure this year that we are heralding all of the major cities that anchor the partnership between our two nations and peoples. Friends, I'm mindful that we're sitting here in Mumbai, and I did a little bit of research on the history of this great city. It may interest you to know that in the post-colonial era, just in the early years after our Revolutionary War, Yankee clippers were trading in this port for surat cloth, and they were exchanging surat cloth for ice carved out of New England ponds. Ice was considered a luxury for anybody in that era to serve at their dinner table. So our trade in this city and with this city goes back more than 200 years. It may interest you further to know that the Wadiyas, of course, had a giant shipbuilding enterprise in Mumbai going back hundreds of years. And the HMS Minden was built in Mumbai. And it was on HMS Minden where an American prisoner named Francis Scott Key in Baltimore Harbor wrote the Star-Spangled Banner. So the ties between our two countries are represented by the great history of this city of Mumbai. I also walked around this beautiful hotel we're privileged to be in, and I saw, of course, the memorial to the 2611, the folks who lost their lives on 2611. And it reminds me that Mumbai and New York and so much of our two democracies are welded together by our shared struggles and sacrifice, including the loss of lives in these terrorist attacks. And that creates a certain clear and compassionate bond between our peoples. My love of this city goes on, and I will not bore you with it, except to say that it's great to see the American Consul General, the Honorable Mike Hankey, has joined us. Mike, great to see you. Always love having the eagle in the room and the red, white, and blue. So I'm going to inflict upon you a symbol of my love of this city, and I hope that you won't all howl. So here we go. Ey dil hai mushkil jeena yahan, zara hat ke zara bach ke, ye hai Mumbai meri jaan. No? It is my honor and pleasure and privilege and duty to introduce to you, this audience, the President and the CEO of the United States Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne Clark. Suzanne is the leader of our organization. She represents in that role millions of American businesses, millions of American businesses. The United States Chamber of Commerce is the world's largest business advocacy body. It was founded over a century ago. Its headquarters in a beautiful neoclassical building in Washington, D.C. are just across Lafayette Park from the White House. Suzanne has led a multi-year effort to strengthen the Chamber's well-known influence, advocacy, and impact while modernizing its work and attracting new members from the fastest-growing and most innovative sectors of the United States economy. Under her leadership, the Chamber has served as a champion for bipartisan solutions, bringing coalitions and driving advocacy on the issues most important to the business community, such as infrastructure, workforce, legal reform, global trade, energy, and tech policy. Suzanne, in her role, is also the titular head of over 140 AmChams all around the world. Her commitment to free enterprise and understanding of the challenges facing American businesses stems from her extensive career in creating and running growing companies. Prior to joining the Chamber in 2014, she acquired and led a prominent financial information boutique, Potomac Research Group. Before that, she was the president of the National Journal Group, and earlier in her career, Suzanne served as the Chamber's COO and chief of staff, and also served as the chief of staff at a major transportation association. Friends, I'm honored to introduce to you our president and CEO, Suzanne Clark.